The Fall Guy is the latest action flick from David Leitch, starring Ryan Gosling as a stuntman after an accident at work who's trying to rejuvenate his career and his one-time romance with now director Emily Blunt. This is a very fun, entertaining action comedy flick. It's a blockbuster outing, a bit like the Fast and Furious movies, a bit like the Marvel movies, a bit like many other blockbuster movies we've had in recent years, and it's a good one. At the front of it is the action though. Ryan Gosling proves he can be a very compelling, very charismatic action star. He is the standout here. Very compelling all the way through. He demands attention. He's got a knack for comedy, he's got a knack for action, and he can do all the dramatic stuff as well. A great performance. The action scenes themselves are very interesting, very cool, with some really cool ideas thrown in there. The standout has to be a car chase sequence involving jumping from one vehicle to another with spinning components and a dog. That is the main biggest highlight of this movie, I would say, in terms of action. There's a lot of comedy in this movie, and it's a bit more hit and miss, I'm afraid to say. So the comedy is never bad. It never had me rolling my eyes, it never had me groaning, and at the same time though, it never actually had me uttering a sound. I didn't actually laugh. I was, however, smiling throughout this movie. I think the comedy is there and it works to add some sort of charm. It's just not meant to be haha hilarious. At about 2 hours 6 minutes, the film does brisk by. I was constantly entertained. There are some twists and turns. Nothing too surprising though. I think if you've seen the trailers, you know exactly what you're going to get from this film. I think the big reveals are predictable right from the word go, but the characters are interesting enough, even if some of them are playing somewhat stereotypes. You've got this overconfident, egotistical actor, you've got this career-driven producer, and you've got these two central characters of Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, who's got great chemistry together. Their romance just shines, and it's a romance that seems like it's bonded from friendship. But as a film all about stuntmen, there are some really good stunts throughout this film, and very little CGI it seems. I would like to think a lot of this was done practically. There is CGI in there, there's very clear examples of CGI in there, but nothing too distracting, nothing too overreaching, nothing too over demanding. It is a very practical film. That central stunt that I was on about in the streets with the car chase, I believe there was some CGI used there. There had to have been. I don't think you could do that for real. This film does bolster the need for stuntman recognition or stunt person recognition, and hopefully it'll lead to that in the future. The Fall Guy is a fun, enjoyable film. It's not one you're going to remember for years to come, I don't believe. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, they have a lot of great chemistry. They are very charismatic, very likable characters. There's some quirky humour in this film as well. It's not a full-blown comedy film, so don't expect they come in there with big laughs. And the action scenes are good, they're enjoyable, they're fun, there's some creativity, there's some cool ideas in there. Nothing that's too mind-blowing. It's not going to be like a John Wick movie by any means, but you're going to get some excitement from it. The twists and turns, the story, there are some predictable elements, and it's not the most original idea ever. It is based on a TV show. I've never seen the TV show, so I can't compare it to that. I don't know how original it is compared to that, but I feel like I've seen stories like this before. At the heart of it though, it is about this relationship between Ryan Gosling and his one-time fling, Emily Blunt. And that's the main thrust of the narrative. Overall, The Fall Guy, it's not bad, it's enjoyable.